what does a good deal look like from a U.S. perspective? What would you need at minimum to have for a good deal?
I don't know that a good deal is really on the table at this stage in a feasible way. I mean, I think the parties are in such different places. And so what the U.S. frankly needs right now is an off-ramp sooner rather than later. If it appears that this regime is not collapsing, which I think there is no evidence that it is going to anytime soon. What the U.S. needs is some sort of deal that gets the Strait of Hormuz open, some sort of free and, fair movement through the strait. And then I think if the U.S. could agree to have talks on the way forward on the nuclear front, paired with a ceasefire, that is so far from ideal, but probably the most feasible outcome in the near term.
So we might have to live with what's possible, not really what's ideal at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the moment this conflict started and then was unable to achieve its primary objective by Washington to collapse the regime, I think Tehran could see that they had a bunch of leverage that they want to take advantage of. And I would just underscore, the longer this goes, the more it really does suck out the readiness from the U.S. military. So to give you one kind of astonishing example, the U.S. military has used up between 25 and 50% of some of its most important munitions. And if you've been following the kind of ugly story that is the defense industrial base these days, trying to rebuild those munition stockpiles will take a number of years. The U.S. military, of course, doesn't just get to think about the Middle East and not just even about an Iran conflict, which means this is actually going to box in decision makers in the Pentagon over the coming years when they have to look around at other threats in places like Europe or Asia, for instance.
And of course, it matters for Ukraine as well.
Absolutely.